Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, the channel that likes to try anything so you don't have to. What we're going to have a look today, we're going to have a look at how you can check the history of an MOT of a car that you're potentially looking at, a car you may have owned, so you can see what it looked, how it's getting on, or get that nostalgia factor, or even a car that you own that's in your ownership, or as I said, something you are potentially looking to purchase. What we're going to do is I've found an example car here, which is on the Mannheim website, which is a car that's in the auction system at the minute. This is a Golf GTI. I've just picked this as an example car to check on because A, it's not kind of purchased by anyone that's looking to sell it, so it's not discriminating against the people that are trying to sell the car, and also it just gives you a fair idea of a car that you could check on and how you would check on it in the government website. Right, remembering that number plate here, which you can see here, or the number plate of the car that you're looking to buy, or a car that you own or have owned. So in this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on to Google and I'm going to type in MOT history and then press that there, and what we're going to look at is the government MOT history website to see how easy to use it is and what kind of information it will give you on a car that you are looking at. So I've typed in MOT history, and as you can see indicated in purple there is the check the MOT history of a vehicle via gov.uk, and that's the one we're going to look at. The rest of them, you do see plenty of other ones, but what I like about the government website, there's no advertising, there's no affiliation, and it is really well laid out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just tap on that to load up the government MOT history start screen. And as you can see here, you're presented with a buy a vehicle step by step, and it gives you a kind of a listing of what the actual information will give you an idea of, and also anything you need to know before you start. The other thing as well with the government website is that also you do have other information you can check on running down the side here. So you can buy and register a vehicle, insure a vehicle, and all, it shows you all sorts of information. But what we're going to look at is the MOT history of the vehicle. So if you tap on start now, and what all you're presented with is just one point of kind of, as it were, touch point where you just put the information in, and that is simply the registration address. Oh, sorry, registration plate of the car. Before it used to be yet another registration and the actual manufacturer of the car, but now it's just registration only. So what we're going to do, we're just going to pop back to the GTI that we found on Mannheim, which is just here, and we're going to type in SA59, and again, just to make sure, BWK, and just tap on continue. So what you'll see here now is that it's obviously confirmed that you've got the SA59 BWK here, which is correct to that car there, and it is a Volkswagen Golf, just to make sure it's okay. What you got here is obviously confirmation of the colour being black, petrol when it was first registered, the date in which it was registered, and when the MOT is valid until. So that already you've got an idea when your MOT is going to run out for the car. So it's a great point just to check. So if you've got an MOT you're not sure of when it's going to end on your car, then it's worth checking by this. Here you can get an MOT reminder. So what I'm just going to do is just open a new tab just to quickly show you. And what you do here, you can just go through the start process. And what you'll need is obviously the registration and a mobile phone number or an email address. And what it will do is before the MOT is up, you will get a kind of an email or a text via this service just to say, hey, your MOT is up soon, get it tested. Great feature, and especially if you've got a busy life and you know from post to post, and it's just that little reminder just to say this is what you need to get sorted on your car, and I think it's a great feature. So I'm going to close that off, and then I'm going to just quickly show you the rest of the information here. So what you can have a look at as well is outstanding vehicle recalls. So if you've got a car that's you're not sure if it's got any kind of safety recalls that are required, it is one point of just checking to see if there's anything that's outstanding on your car to get checked. I'm not saying that it might, I'm not saying it's better than say VW's system for checking for recalls, but it's definitely a quick point of entry where you can just have a quick look, see what's going on. But the point we're looking at is the MOT history. And as you can see here, if you just when you've just clicked on the drop down, you can see it's actually passed its MOT, which is great. It passed it on the 7th of August 2018. You've got the test number here as well, and also I believe you can view where it was tested. Now you will need the last 11 digits from your vehicle logbook, and then it will give you an idea where the vehicle's tested. I mean, before it used to give the address of the actual testing location, but they have changed that since. But interestingly, it will also give you where it has failed to get to that pass. So you can see here on the day before, on the 6th of August, it actually failed on the near front coil spring was fractured or broken, which had to get repaired. So you know for a fact that as long as it's all legit and up, above board, which I'm sure it is in this instance, it is a job that was fixed, and that point, which is the near side front coil spring fractured or broken, was actually repaired, or I'm guessing it was repaired anyhow, just to pass the MOT, which you can see above. Prior to the MOT test change on the 20th of May 2018, you have the kind of history of the MOTs that the car went through prior to the last one it's just done, pardon me. And so what it gives you an idea of just some of the things that the car has failed on. For example, you know, it's got discs where where it wasn't advised you to get fixed. So those are the front and rear brake discs, which I'm hoping they are fixed, but I mean, again, I'm not looking to buy the car, but you just get an idea of what has been wrong with the car at the point of the MOT test. You'll also notice it's got a coolant leak, and it's also had an oil leak. So unless those were fixed, it might be worth checking if you were going to have a look at that car. Also, it did pass previous year to that, but the tyres were worn to 3mm, so hopefully they've been changed since that, which I'm sure it has, because it would have highlighted on the most current MOTs. And it has passed in the years 2016, 2015, but also, you know, for example, the windscreen wiper has been, it's not as effective. Rear registration, where it failed, it's just a bulb change. And again, tyres where the tread depth was below the requirements of 1.6mm. So it gives you an idea, or a history of the kind of a very rough history of the car, of what has kind of been highlighted on the car to be unroadworthy enough for it to be failing MOT, and also gives you an idea, say for example, you know, for a coolant leak or an oil leak, say something worth looking at. Now, we've also just tried another car here, which is a Ford Fusion, which is a blue one, which is diesel. It's 2009, which was registered, and it's got an MOT until 2019. Now, as you can see here, it's actually passed recently with this MOT, but a couple of days before the MOT, it did have low tyre tread depth below the requirements of 1.6mm, and it did have the near side front anti-roll bar linkage ball joint dust cover no longer prevents the ingress of dirt, which was something that needed repairing immediately. So it'd be worth, if you're going to go and have a look at that car, to make sure that repair was done prior to the MOT. Again, prior to that, it's had just some advisory things like front brake pipe slightly corroded, and other elements where it was kind of braking issues. And again, here for the failures, you got headlamps, brakes, injector blowback, which needed investigating. Interesting. And just again, brakes here and injector blowback, front middle exhaust excessively corroded. So it's just stuff you can check with that car if you're going to go and have a look at it. I mean, okay, these are like 3-4 years ago, 5, maybe 6 years ago, but again, it gives you an idea of how that car's been looked after, or if it's been looked after, or things that have gone slightly awry with that vehicle in question. So it'd be worth, when you're rocking up to the actual pitch or the dealership or the car in which it's being sold, or via a private sale, it's something you can either discuss with the person who's selling the car, or you can get a mechanic to check over the car prior to purchase. The mileage is also recorded when it goes through the MOT, or the people who are MOT in the vehicle actually record the mileage. So what you can get is two things. You can get an idea of what kind of mileage the car has been doing year in, year out. So in this example here, you're just looking, it's just done over 10,000 miles, literally just over 10,000 miles per year. Yeah, it's you know, it's quite average mileage for the each year of the car. But the other thing as well is that if you've got an inkling, or you've got that funny feeling that you're looking at a car that's quite old, but the mileage is quite low in it, then you can look through the history of this MOT, through the MOTs as it were, and you can see what mileage has been recorded to confirm that there's nothing amiss or anything like that, just to give you a full-on confirmation of the mileage that is done each year. Now again, I'm not kind of saying that it's 100% accurate, but it gives you a kind of a rough outline of what the car has done yearly. But unfortunately, the one thing that this website doesn't give you, which is an absolute shame, but again, there is other websites that do this, is it doesn't give you any kind of accident damage or any kind of outstanding finance or anything like that. Which, as I say, there's plenty of other websites that you can, via a Google search for these sort of things, that you can find out the kind of other history of the car. Other than that, I mean, it's a great little tool, and as I say, you know, you can do a bit of reminiscing and type in some of your older car registration numbers to see how they're doing if you want to. But other than that, you know, it's a great tool, and as I say, it is free. It's got no adverts, and it's a government service that you can actually get on your mobile phone as well, which is very well designed for mobile as well, and gives you the same sort of experience that you got here. There are plenty of other kind of MOT apps and websites that you can visit, and you know, all you have to do is type in MOT app or MOT test, you know, website or anything like that in Google, and it will come up with a plethora of them. But what I like about the government one, or what we like about the government one, is just the way it's simply laid out. You don't have to purchase anything to get an idea of the MOT history, and it's just something that's just really easy to use. If you like what you see, and you'd like to subscribe to the channel, just click on the subscribe button listed below this video, and give us a like, just to help the channel. And also, if you have any comments about today's video, and if there's anything you want to add to what we've discussed here, and also if you've got any kind of hints and tips of other websites that are worth viewing in terms of either MOT history or kind of any other things that have been covered in this video, then please pop them in the comments below. And if there's any other kind of videos you'd like to see, as it were, featured on the We Try Anything channel, then please pop them on the comments below. Well, we hope you like what you've seen, and we look forward to speaking to you soon, and we wish you a great day.